my memories of that amazing game against Gillingham at Wembley were leaving the stadium at 2-0 down, going to the top, throwing my scarf in the bin.
That was nice.
Yeah, it was. Well, that's how it is to be a fan. Walking to the exit and not being able to get out because there was a kerfuffle in the turnstiles. There's a cheer. Went back up to the stand, grabbed my scarf back out the bin, which was now covered in beer, and went back to my seat, and we equalised. What are your memories of that day, Paul and Andy?
Well, obviously, being lucky enough to score the goal that took it in the extra time. Every emotion possible really went through it, 0-0, then going 1-0 down, 2-0 down, you think you've lost it. Kevin Orlock scoring bang on 90 minutes more or less, and then being lucky enough to score the goal that took it in extra time. And then I think after that goal went in, I don't think there was any ever doubt that we were going to lose the game.
Be honest, when you were 2-0 down, what thoughts were going through your head?
I just thought it had gone, the build up for the whole week. And
Same for me.
Same?
Yeah. We've had such a build up to it, and so much expectation on us to beat Gillingham.
Yeah.
They were the massive underdogs against us, you just the circling thoughts of it's going to be embarrassing. You're disappointed, your family's there. It's going to be another dull summer. Come back pre-season flat. Those thoughts are going through your head, because as a footballer how you suffer when you lose. But to turn around the way it did, was euphoric, and it's the only way to go up. If you go up as champions, fantastic. But through the playoffs and the Wembley is such a special occasion for the fans as well, for the hard season that they had.
I mean, the boss at the time, if you look at the film, was quite calm. Yeah, as a contrast, if you look at Mancini, and you can lip read, which most of us can, he was absolutely jumping up and down. So there must be something special within a footballer at that level that enables you to kick on, and the desire that must be within to go on and continue, because most human beings would give up.
There was a massive desire amongst the squad. I think just around about Christmas time, even Boxing Day, we were sitting 12th, 13th in the league, and we went on a fantastic run. I think we only lost 2 games from there right the way through the end of the season that put us in the position to get in the playoffs. And as Andy says, we're full of confidence. We're massive favourites for the game. And I think once we took it into extra time, and on the flip side as well, the euphoria Gillingham would have had been 2-0 up, and then the deflation going into extra time afterwards would have played a massive part in it as well.
And the penalties.
Plus they had no strikers on the pitch. They had 5 centre-halves with a minute to go.
Andy, are you telling me that centre-halves can't take penalties?
No, but both strikers were off the pitch. So the only team that were going to win it was us in extra time, and we dominated possession extra time. But we couldn't find a way through. But as Paul has alluded to already, there was no, in my mind, absolutely no doubt when Paul scored the goal that we were going to get promoted, because it was just scripted. Everything about the season and the way it had gone. It was just the final. Them scoring the second goal was like that was the final nail, and then it was about turning around from there, I think, and such a special day for everyone concerned, whether it's players, family, fans, the club as well, the directors, club doctor. I think everybody was on the pitch at the end, and just a fantastic day.
I'm going to ask you a secret, something that most fans want to know. When the game's finished and you as players know it's going to penalty, and you're all lined up in the centre circle, and the gaffer comes along and says, "Right, lads, who wants to take a penalty?" What does that feel? I mean, there are some players that just won't touch taking penalties, which us as fans can't understand, because you're in training week in, week out, and you must practice penalties.
You do practice. You practice them, but you can never replicate being out there, especially at Wembley in front of 75,000 people, whatever it was. And there was a group of us that did practice the week leading up to it. Joe Royal was big on that. And with Nicky Weaver in goal, I used to have a thing when I took penalties in training to tell the goalkeeper what side I was going to still try and score. Yeah. And I think without a word of a lie, I scored every single one in training that week. But you go out there on the Saturday or the Sunday, Monday, whatever it was, you know, and I've missed it. So you can't replicate as much as you do in training, being in that situation with the pressure that's on you at that time.
And bear in mind that it's fans that are going to be watching this interview, the members of the Supporters Club, who we represent. What message would you give to them, looking at the team and the future for Manchester City? What message would you like to give to them?
I think the future's positive. You know, I think you're looking at a club that are on the front foot, and you know, and the fastest growing club globally. Yeah, your Barcelonas and your Madrids and Bayern Munich have been there for a long time, but you know, we're fast catching them up, and season on season the club's improving. And you know, if you want to be associated with a football club, this is the club. It's, you know, it's there for everybody to see. You know, the players that we're bringing in, the way the stadium's going, just everything about the place is built to be one of the biggest clubs in the world.
You'd echo that, Paul?
Absolutely. The rise recently has been phenomenal. You know, and a big thing for me is, you know, when I come back and watch games, is that they've not forgot what's happened previously. You know, you come and watch games, you see Andy, you see Tony Book, you see Richard Edgell, you see Ian Brightwell, Peter Barnes, Colin Bell. You see them all around the place, and even people from behind the scenes, you know, Vicky Kloss, Les Chapman, you know, even Danny Wilson, going back, Chappie, you know, they're still at the core of the club, and that's massively important. I think that reflects on the support that they get as well.